The finale of Tale of the Nine-Tailed 1938 has everything: body swapping, hypnotism, damsels in distress, explosions, inspirational quotes, redemption arcs, and boss battles to end all boss battles. In other words, it's going to be hard to bid farewell to these delightfully fun and wacky characters. We ended last week's episodes with Yoon stuck in the body of Muto. Now, he has to use his wits and get his body back and the Shinigami defeated. When the two teams converge, Yuki's freezing superpower gives them the upper hand, but when Mu-young reveals his flame abilities, Yuki convinces Muto that he should swap Yoon's body for Mu-young's. Real Yoon then jumps in and is able to return to his own body, after which he summons a bolt of lightning and disintegrates Muto in an instant. Yuki and Ogama scamper off, but the fight isn't over. The Shinigami boss Satori tries to keep our mountain gods under his spell, but his illusions are no match for Yoon's wits. When they exit the spell, they come face to face with Satori and the rest of the Shinigami. Turns out Satori hypnotized the mountain gods the day before, so now he orders Yoon to hand over the artifacts and tells Mu-young and Hwang to choke each other. However, Yoon also has a spell on the Shinigami, and he saves the day and orders the three of them to jump off the hotel roof. With the battle behind them, our heroes try to rest up as much as they can before the eclipse and Eunho's wedding. This includes Hwang, who successfully cured his mermaid and prevented her from becoming a zombie. But she is not out of harm's way just yet and is abducted by Yuki, which nearly breaks him. The mermaid isn't the only one in distress though, because they also take Hongju's eternally loyal puppy Jae-yu too. Darn, I guess the roof jump wasn't enough to take care of them. Kato uses the two hostages to try to get Hwang and Hwang to fight each other, but Yoon concocts a plan that has everyone working together to ruin Kato's wedding, rescue the hostages, and make it back to the future in time. It isn't long before they locate our villain's prison hideout and Hwang and Hwang locate his mermaid first. She's alive for now, but Jae-yu was injected with a serum and then tied to a tree as bait for Hwang. She immediately rushes to his rescue, and while the serum makes Jae-yu go crazy and attack Hwang, she refuses to fight back. She just holds him and pats his head lovingly when he bites her shoulder, which is long enough for him to come to his senses, and fatally wound himself in order to avoid attacking her. Not going to lie, this scene had me near tears, and I'm a bit resentful that their relationship wasn't featured more prominently. At the prison, Hwang is fighting both Yuki and Ogama, and he's not faring well. While Yuki inflicts pain on his mermaid, they belittle Hwang's abilities, and when they compare him to Yoon, they find him lacking. Hwang succumbs to his fate as the helplessness sinks in, and he tells Yeohee to look away so she won't see him die. But then he remembers Yoon's words. Before they went off to fight their separate battles, Yoon told Hwang that their father once claimed Hwang had the potential to be more powerful than Yoon. Now, in the prison, Yoon's encouragement plus Hwang's desire to save his woman unlocks Hwang's true power. Both of his eyes glow golden, and Hwang easily takes out Ogama and Yuki in a fantastical display of strength. However, that triumphant display of power leaves Hwang too weak to face his next opponent, the not dead but extremely banged up Satori. The final Shinigami isn't much of a threat though, because that's the moment 1938 Yoon decides to make a cameo appearance and cut down Satori with a single slash of his sword. As it turns out, a well-timed letter present-day Yoon sent to his past self spurred him to action. Not only does 1938 Yoon come to Hwang's rescue, but he also makes a pit stop to give Hwang a special flower that will save Jae-yu. Back at the hotel, the wedding turns into a complete battleground, but Yoon's plan comes through and we reach the final showdown between him and Kato. At first, Kato appears to get the upper hand, but then Yoon smiles and takes great pleasure in revealing the future date of Japan's surrender, in World War II. Yoon's strength grows, his eyes glow golden, lightning cackles, and Yoon unleashes his full nine-tailed fox persona. In response, Kato starts summoning all of his power too, and it's like they're two video game characters. They unleash their attacks, but it's Yoon who remains standing, not that any of us were truly concerned. He's ridiculously overpowered, but that's part of Yoon's charm. With time running out, Yoon and Shinju make a hasty exit so they don't miss their window to return to the future. A line of Japanese soldiers are waiting for them outside the hotel though, and that's when Mu-young jumps in to save the day. How is he still alive? Well, when we flash back to Yoon finding Mu-young's body, we learn that Yoon's tears caused the Big Dipper mark on his forearm to summon the baby god of fortune, and Mu-young was revived by Yoon's request. Now, they put the past behind them, and Yoon bids Mu-young a brief farewell before driving off with a happy smile on his face. Although Yoon is eager to return to the future, he hesitates because he hasn't seen Hwang, but thankfully, he arrives in time. Seeing the two brothers cry as they bid farewell to each other damn near killed me, and it hurts knowing Yoon had this opportunity to make amends with his brother but that the future he's returning to will remain the same. And sure enough, when Yoon returns, he has a happy reunion with his wife, but there's no sign of the future having been affected. With Yoon safe and sound, we get a short montage of everyone in 1938 after Yoon left. Moo-young has decided to pursue his former dream of becoming a doctor, while Hong-ju has also resolved to embrace her role as mountain god and protect the people. We see her team up with Moo-young and 1938 Yoon to assassinate the newest Japanese general. And with that our drama comes to an end. And even though most of the loose ends were tied up, there are enough questions that we can agree to call it a temporary happily ever after, while we wait for season 3 to be confirmed.